Hey guys, upon editing episode 5, I realized that halfway in the beginning of the episode that I did not have any audio recorded for Colin or any of the music, and I only had my microphone, and so I had to rely on Colin's for the first half. But the problem with Colin's is that there is a bunch of reverb in my voice for some reason. So for the first half, it's going to be very reverby with my microphone, but in the second half, it's going to be completely fine and everything is going to be fixed. So that was the best solution that I could come to find. Uh, so yeah, enjoy the video.
Hell yeah, buddy, dude. Oh my God, it's so hot in here. We have thunderstorms coming tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a little drizzly today too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Here,
Y'all know how I love thunderstorms. We didn't get those in California. It would have been cooler if we had it in a weekend. But beggars can't be choosers. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Dude, I got some shit for you today. It's different than what you it is different. We're going to a different place. I'll tell you after we roll the intro. So let's roll the intro.
All right, let's roll the intro.
Hi, I'm Colin, a musician for 3 decades, producer for 2, and FM radio pro for 1.
And I'm Caleb. I've grown to realize just how much I enjoyed many different kinds of music.
Hell yeah, man.
And I've made it my mission to appreciate music on another level, beyond just hearing it.
So why don't you join us as Caleb and I take turns ripping into and sharing our favorite music with you. Take it away, brother. Let's freaking do this.
Children, plug your ears. The Diet of the Soul podcast has grown up words.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Diet of the Soul podcast, the music podcast where me, Caleb, and my brother-in-law Colin, we share some music and we listen to it and we share experiences with music.
Yeah.
So?
What we like about it, and heck yeah, dude. Bring you along for the ride. So it is. My turn today. So for those who are just tuning in, Caleb and I take turns. One is Caleb's episode, one is my episode. Today is my episode. And dude, I'm going to take you in a direction that you were not experiencing, bro. Straight up. Not experiencing, not expecting is what I meant to say. You're going to experience it. So I'll give you some clues for the listener as well. Stick around to the end of this episode because you're going to experience all instrumental music. No vocals.
Okay.
No Sleep Token this time, although Sleep Token did just drop its new album.
Yep.
And I say it because we don't know who the frick these guys are. And I sent you the link to their newest drop single. Did you check it out?
News drop. It's titled Single?
No, their new single. The one that I texted you about.
Oh, their new single.
Yeah.
Oh, did you text me? And I think the only text the last text you showed me was their album.
No, it was their new single, dude. And
was it? Okay.
Oh, it is so Sleep Token. We'll talk about it on another episode, but I kind of feel like Caleb and our audience might be a little sleep tokened out because they're making waves, dude. These guys just dropped on us like a nuclear bomb, and it's so easy to continue talking about them like we are now. So I'll relieve you and the audience of Sleep Token this time, which is hard for me to do because their new shit is pretty good, dude. Pretty good. So not only is this episode going to be all instrumental, it's all live. It's all live recordings.
Okay.
So that means that there is no room for error. And if there is an error, you're going to hear it, but you're not going to hear it here. Oh, see, I screwed up. You know what? I called an audible right before we started recording. Okay, 2 of the 3 pieces are live. One takes, like straight up, beginning to end, one take. So what I decided I was going to do is I was going to melt your face for the first one. Then we were going to do some music study for the second
I just
one.
remembered. Yeah.
No, this is different than what I promised before. This is
Okay. This is completely different.
Oh yeah, dude, you have no idea. What's coming.
Okay.
And then at the end of the episode, I'm going to send you and the listener away with a musical kiss on the cheek so that you can continue your evening or your work day or your school day or whatever it is that you got going on, feeling calm, cool, collected, and kick ass. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, dude. I'm just going to get right into it.
Right.
As some listeners do know, and many probably don't, we are both drummers. I've been a drummer for a long time. Caleb is relatively new to it, but Caleb, tell them, do you have a set of drumsticks?
Yes, I have the Alesis Nitro Mesh electronic kit.
Oh, so that's your kit. So that's where I was going. You have drumsticks, you have a kit. That makes you a drummer. So
yes,
congratulations. You're officially a drummer. I have, as an experienced drummer, I have bestowed that title upon you.
Yeah, I like to, before I go on the drum kit, I like to do a good 30 minutes on the practice pad and jam it out on the kit.
See, dude, that's how a drummer talks. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So we are drummers, and as such, we like to focus on music that moves us through just good songwriting, but we tend to focus on drums around here a little bit. And a drummer that I want to bring to your attention is Thomas Pridgen. Now, I didn't know about this guy until I watched the video that you are about to see. It is a demonstration of such talent that it's a group that you're going to see called Ghost Note. And he is a guest drummer for Ghost Note on this number. And
Interesting.
this is a feature that is a promotion put on by Zildjian, a name you might recognize from the cymbals. Yeah, that we put on our drum sets. It's one of many companies that makes cymbals for drum sets. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, competing with Sabian. The Americans say it Zildjian or Sabian, but it's Zildjian or Sabian because they're Armenian. And I grew up in a neighborhood, that has more Armenians than any other ethnicity today, and definitely so when I was growing up. And the Armenian culture is very proud of this brand, but maybe not Zildjian so much, because Zildjian has labeled itself as a Turkish brand. And I don't know if you know much about the Armenian homicide, or genocide, but Turkish people and Armenian people don't get along very well. And so much to the point where one day in high school, I wore a Zildjian shirt to school, and this Armenian kid, well, actually about 20 of them, told me to take it off right now. And it was take the shirt off or get completely pummeled by 20 dudes. It was so stupid. But knowing more about the history between Armenia and Turkey, I get it. And legend is, and I was supposed to confirm this before we started the show and I didn't. So listener, if you know more about this, hit us up in the comments section. But legend is that Sabian was started by the brother of the founder of Zildjian, and a legendary rivalry continued up to this day. But you would be hard pressed to find anybody who would say that these two brands aren't the biggest brands in the business. And in order to promote their business right before COVID, Zildjian was doing these live recording sessions where they would get their band Ghost Note into a room with a celebrity drummer, or at least a celebrity in the drumming community. And they would do a different drummer every time. Of course, it was all on Zildjian cymbals. And this time it was Thomas Pridgen. Now, this guy's a fucking monster. Dude, you're going to see right here in a second. This guy's a monster. Now, if you're not a drumming geek and you've stuck with us this far, you're still going to really enjoy the music. The Ghost Note band is well, you'll see they're just as good at their respective instruments as the drummer is at his. Now, the cool thing about this, and you're going to see this twice now. No, because I called an audible. You're going to see this more in the podcast. This is a live, what they call a listening session. So select people, I don't know how they're selected, like they've got to know somebody within Zildjian or something like this, but you'll notice that the studio is filled with about 30 to 40 people, all of them wearing headphones, and they're just there to listen. So what they're doing is they're listening to the studio mix in the same room as the guys that are all performing live. So they're not hearing it from speakers. It's all being piped directly into their cans so that they can hear what the producer's hearing. They can hear what the sound guys are hearing. So it's a live show, but it's almost like those DJ shows, those like silent like raves or whatever, where everybody gets the thing of headphones and everybody's dancing. But if you just walked up, you can't hear anything.
There's this thing as silent raves?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
That's
dude.
bizarre.
Yeah, producer Sarah did one. She showed me a video of it. It's completely silent, and she and my sister are just dancing like crazy. And it's completely silent.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember. That was a silent rave she went
Or
to?
like a silent dance or a silent, yeah.
A silent dance? That was so
So you have
bizarre.
you have your DJ who's like ripping it, but there's no speakers. It's all through everybody's headphones. So this is kind of the same thing. You walk in, you sit down, you put on your studio quality cans, and you listen to the music as it's being produced and gone through the soundboard and shit. So it's probably just going to be easier for me to show you what I'm talking about. Yep. Boom.
There it is.
Welcome
Right.
to Zildjian Live. Please fasten your seatbelts for Thomas
How do I go full
Pridgen.
screen?
Hover over the video. It says expand
suck
video.
at this so bad. Okay.
So that's him. Okay, so that's the headphones you're talking about?
Yeah. So much energy with this guy, dude.
Wow.
See that
Oh my
speed?
god.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Look at the speed. And then he just keeps working. So that dude is
Yeah.
Mono Neon. He is what they call a gun for hire. He's a studio musician. He's an incredibly good bassist. He's also very in love with the moniker Mono Neon. As you can see, he even has it tattooed on his hand.
Wow.
yeah,
What's it,
it's-
wait, does that have a mean? Like mono neon? What does that mean?
I don't really know. And I mean, I suppose that we could Google it. Maybe producer
Yeah, I never heard of
Sarah
that.
is looking into that. I don't know. He just
Dude, he's the chillest dude in the room.
Yeah,
I
dude.
love him.
yeah, he's super colorful. He has a sock on the end of his bass for what reason I don't know. And if
So
you'll
sick.
notice, you might not know because you haven't gotten into guitar yet. Can you see my cursor at all?
No, I
Oh, okay,
can't.
that's fine. What he's doing is he's playing what they call upside down backwards. Jimi Hendrix played his guitar this way, where you're left-handed, but they don't make a lot of left-handed guitars or basses where you grew up. So what these guys do is they learn how to play by just flipping it over, which means the low strings are the high strings and the high strings are the low strings. And so on a bass, if you look at it closely, you'll see that the thickest string on his bass is the lowest one, closest to his knee. And you'll also notice,
yeah.
yeah, that the volume knobs and the tone knobs are right under his left wrist. Those are supposed to be under the strings, but they're over the strings because this is a right-handed person's bass just flipped over and then just flipped over. And I might be wrong about this. I think Paul McCartney might have played bass like this. Again, slip into the comments if you know.
Actually, yeah, I didn't actually think about it, but I have no idea what Paul McCartney even played in the Beatles. I just figured it was a guitar or something. I didn't
he
hear it
played
was
the bass. And you know what? It wasn't Jimi Hendrix. I don't know. No, Jimi Hendrix didn't play. It was Dick Dale. Dick Dale was the guy who played.
That's a familiar name.
Yeah, surfer music. Like they used it in Pulp Fiction, I think. Anyway, this guy is clearly a unique character, but if you watch him closely, there's a reason why he's a hired gun. This guy is dialed. So I know that we introduced the focus, but on the drums, but everybody in the room in this particular recording is the very best at what they do. Keyboards, the guitarists, the brass section, woodwinds, everything. These guys are so tight. Now, here's the thing. Before we get into it, you should know that Thomas Pridgen has only had 1 or 2 opportunities to listen to this arrangement before he was put on the kit to show off. And you'll see a cool thing at the end of the video that shows you what I'm talking about. But that's how good of a drummer this guy is that he's not super familiar with the material, but he plays it in a fashion that you think he's been playing this song for 20 freaking years, dude. And he hits the stabs. He's just, watch him go, dude. He's completely insane.
What's that little tiny symbol in the center?
I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure you're talking about what's called a splash symbol. Yeah, that's a splash symbol.
That's the splash. Okay, I played that.
So I'm just going to give you and the listener a little heads up. When they do these demonstrations, usually the arrangement allows for the drummer, like a section of the song, to really, really flex. And that's what we're about to hear here. This is fucking
okay.
Yep.
Oh, now he's really sweating.
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
So let's pay attention this time. He hits every count with the band, so he's showing up that hard.
Oh yeah.
But every time he hits the cymbal,
yeah.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, you have to have extraordinary talent to be able to kind of show off, but also still be really locked in like that.
Yep, agreed, dude.
Because it's very easy to lose yourself when you're just showing off, right?
Yeah. And one has to consider the fact, dude, that I'm pretty sure that this room is full of either drummers or people that are locked into the drumming world somehow. So you have to know that you're being recorded, but you're also being watched by like 30 or 40 probably professional drummers who are sitting there in awe of your talent. So you better nail it with very little preparation. And this dude like pulls off shit like that. And he's got fellow drummers or just music fans, audiophiles like you and me, like completely.
He definitely knows how good he is.
Yeah.
He's self-aware.
Yeah. Yeah. He knows what he's doing for sure. Come on now. And a good drummer also knows when to calm down.
Self-control.
Or just musicianship in general. Yeah.
Okay, new phrase.
Yep. You're how tight they all are.
I know. Oh my god. Yeah, and I thought my high school band was relatively tight, but
You guys were.
we were?
Oh yeah. I mean, not this tight, but yeah.
No, I mean not this time. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
this puts like my musical experience, it goes out long.
Listen to the dialogue here.
Get off them damn drums. Get off of them.
What a flex, dude.
I wish I could be like in that seat with like their own headphones.
Watch this.
That's the stuff that makes me continue to drum, and it's seriously, that's something that I want to do.
What do you mean? What you want to do?
Like drum like that.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
That's something, dude, that gives me such a seeing that stuff gives me such a reignition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a motivation, like a wake up call. If you do your chops like that. Now, granted, that is a certain style of drumming, right? Every drummer has his own style. The first time I saw that, I was like, what an amazing demonstration of capability. Not just on Thomas Pridgen's part, I mean, that whole band is lightning, and this is not going to be the last time we bring up the Zildjian Live and the Ghost Note band and all that type of stuff, because it's all that good. They just featured some of the best drummers in the world, but the music is good, right? It's not just some over glorified drum solo. The music is fire.
There's balance.
Yeah. And I'm kind of opening the door to a new kind of thing that I want to show you, because I have a lot of experience like listening to that type of music that's just focused on the very idea of precision, bringing in horns. And I mean, dude, if you want a preview, Google Snarky Puppy. We'll probably
I think you mentioned that name at some point.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe in like an old recording or a previous episode, but yeah, that sounds familiar.
So on the Diet of the Soul so far, we've kind of gravitated toward rock and metal, and which is not like shy about its genius whatsoever. But this episode, I wanted to choose things that show an extraordinary level of competency with the instruments, like what we just saw. So yes, that was focused around the drummer, but everybody else in that room was just as tight, just as precise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you saw the smiles and the head boppings and shit, because this dude just showed up and freaking dropped a bomb on that entire room. I've not seen many drummers with that much stamina and that much energy. And it's weird because at first I didn't really feel like the arrangement justified such an aggressive drum line, yet he made it work perfectly. So if you want to watch that again, get on YouTube, search Zildjian Live, Zildjian, Thomas Pridgen. And dude, if you're like me, especially if you're a drummer, you're going to watch that like 100 times over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things ever. But I wanted to take us on a journey of excellence. So my original thought was that I was going to do excellence on drums, excellence on guitar, and then excellence on bass. And those were going to be my three choices. Now, I got the one for excellence on guitar, but when I was doing the pre-show, I came across a song that has a sentimental value, and we can talk about it later. Not to me. What I'm saying is the songwriting itself is such that it brings you a sense of comfort, and you'll remember where you were the first time you heard it if you think about it like we do. But before that, we're going to listen to a little band I like to call Polyphoria. Now, this is the very demonstration of mastery of guitar. This kid is a fair-skinned, he's a beautiful kid. Like, he's all tatted out. You'll see here in a second, but with like very elegant tattoo work. But if you think that this kid is interesting looking, wait till you watch him play guitar. So he is the lead member of Polyphoria, and he integrates all kinds of things from tap to picking to artificial everything, harmonics. This kid takes everything a guitar has to offer and pulls it out. But the unique thing about this number that I've selected is that it guest stars a guy named Steve Vai. And Steve Vai is probably a name you don't know, huh? Have you heard that name before? Okay. Well, if you grew up in the 90s, like I did, and if you played guitar and grew up in the 90s, fucking believe me, you know who Steve Vai was. Steve Vai was one of the guys that, one of the first guys to use a 7-string electric guitar when the standard is 6.
Okay.
Guys like this, they released entire records that were fully instrumental that just showed up. They were just shredders, dude. They just, like, every song was like a bass track and then them just freaking throwing down mad licks. Another name that comes to mind is Gary Hoey. but yeah, there was almost like a Burger King versus McDonald's kind of a competition going on in like the shredding world, and those were the two like big names. So this is Steve Vai, and you're gonna know who he is because he's by far the oldest dude in this video, but he still has it. And to have Steve Vai as a guest on your recording is that's royalty, dude. Like that's a blessing from heaven. Like that's Steve Vai is like, you know, I'm not saying literally, but like for the purposes of helping people who don't understand. He's like a god in the guitar world. This guy is legend. So he's a guest starring on this from Polyphia. Now the lead guy that I was talking about is Tim Henson. I have the lights down low in here. I have my notes. Tim Henson. He's the front man. This is a song called Ego Death. And it's an instrumental and a complete demonstration of mastery. Just unbelievable mastery. And here we go again with the technical difficulties, dude. You should fucking make a joke out of this.
I already did last episode, dude.
There we go. I think it's cool how they layer it in and then they hit you with that quick frame of the title and then bring you into the gym.
Yeah.
See how it gets like bigger? Sick. Effortless, dude.
Very unique hairstyle.
Yeah, dude. I feel like if you're that fucking talented, like Free Token, you can present yourself however the hell you want to.
It doesn't sound like very open in a way.
It's very precise. There's a lot going on. Definitely. For your average listener, you kind of have to kind of be into this stuff. There's a whole genre of music around this. Some other artists are Pliny and the next artist that are kind of all part of this group where it's almost like a competition, but it's not because they're all homies. But to see how obscenely technical you can get. And that was kind of the theme that I wanted to bring about today, was like just technical aptitude at the instrument. So you'll see that, this is this kid's style, and you don't play guitar yet, but you've expressed an interest in playing guitar. And I selected this one because this kid is literally bringing out every single thing that he can from a 7-string guitar, which he's using on purpose because Steve Vai is in this video, who was the pioneer of the 7-string guitar, and hitting what they call hammers, what they call taps, harmonics, all kinds of shit, but like all like intertwined so fast that it's hard to comprehend, right? So this music is definitely geared more toward the musician's ear and less toward like pop radio, but there's so many musicians that recognize just how fucking amazing this guy is that I mean, this band is like in general, with the way that they are just so tight, but this guy is obviously the driving force. We'll venture into this genre a little bit more down the road with artists like I mentioned, Pliny, but it's pure musicianship. Like it's just pure musicianship. So I don't know. The song takes a little bit more open of a direction here in a second. You'll see.
Okay.
Also, these guys clearly have the same tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I want to point out that I feel like this style of music was made famous by not the style of music, what I should say is the style of songwriting is in the age of not drum and bass. What does Skrillex do? What's his thing?
There's a bunch of names you could call it: glitch hop, techno beats, or like techno.
What am I thinking of, dude? There's a name for it, lady. Like a genre that's very scattered. What is that called, dude? Where's my fucking phone?
Yeah, I haven't. Well, yeah, because the thing is, I haven't listened to that genre in years, so I fell off on
But
all the knowledge of that.
I mean, I never really had much. But that whole
But then, yeah, I can handle that scandal, man.
dubstep, dude, dubstep.
Dubstep! Oh my god!
I know. I couldn't
Why
come
did
up.
it take both of us that long
I know,
to figure
dude.
the name out?
I know. See, you don't even have to. You don't even have to edit that out, dude. Dubstep, okay? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
that's
guarantee,
funny.
dude, people are driving on the 405 going, fucking dubstep, dude. How can you not come up with dubstep? So,
It's okay. I get the same thing with the podcast I listen to. It's like, guys, it's this thing. What are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's,
Now I'm in their shoes. God. Yeah.
yeah, brain freeze. Yeah, so I liken this to a rock equivalent to dubstep because it's just kind of all over the place. But to me, it's a demonstration. It's not just producing or DJing or whatever. These guys are actually fucking playing it, dude.
It's a bunch of tonal shifts.
Yeah. I love how they
Oh, is
put him in a
that?
throne.
Oh, yeah. The reveal, too.
Many regard this guy as the king.
Oh, dude, his guitar looks like worthy of a Legend 2.
Yeah, dude. This guy's royalty.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my my God, dude, it just hit me. This is what your dad would look like if he was a fucking rock star, dude.
Oh my God, you're right.
Like in the coolest way, dude.
Yeah, you're right. I can see it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God, the listeners are not gonna understand.
Yeah,
but
no.
Colin, trust me, and Colin, when we say this looks like John Harvey if
Yeah.
he was a rock star.
Yeah, well, and your dad has rock star energy. Like that's his whole vibe. That's one of the reasons I always thought he was so cool. And this is what he would look like if he actually became a rock
Okay,
star, dude.
that's so interesting. Oh.
You can't unsee it now, can you?
I think he just like blew like everyone else out of the water.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he's all in all, he does sound better. Not to discredit anybody else. I've never seen like a triple or quadruple like guitar session like that.
Yeah, 3 guitars and 1 bass. This is an interesting twist they did here.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right? That was a good laugh, but it was meant in a in like the vein of like your dad could totally pull off the rock star look.
Yeah, he could.
You know what I mean?
could.
Like it was intended as like, dude, that would be so fun. And it actually made me miss him quite a bit.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. So Steve Vai, to have Steve Vai show up on your recording is whoa, dude.
Right.
That's a flex.
Yeah.
That's like having like Geddy Lee from Rush be like, yeah, I'll record with you guys. You know?
Yeah.
Royalty.
That was a good introduction for me. For not at all like listening to anything of him. Yeah. That was a good introduction. I was not disappointed.
Cool, dude. Good to know. I think it's really cool. I had forgotten that they like the introduction, like the cinematography, like kind of. Let's see. Let me bring it back up. Because I'm, a photography video guy or whatever. The way they introduce him to the viewer, like they give us a hint that there's somebody else there, like from the back of the throne, and then they give this guy a legit throne, dude. Check it out. Oh no!
Early.
Where's it earlier?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, dude. You're like, ooh,
Yeah, the
who
shoulder.
the fuck is? Oh my God, it's Steve Vai. Although I would never have recognized him.
Yeah, I did want to.
So in his right hand. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I
dude.
did want to say, since you're pointing out all the like the cinematography, yeah, they did such an amazing chef's kiss of a job for a music video.
Dude, hell yeah, dude, for sure. So in his right hand, he has what's called a whammy bar.
Yeah.
It's a lever that tightens and loosens the strings. Watch how he uses it. See him pushing and pulling on it?
I've never seen a whammy bar like be used, I guess that much, or be used kind of like that way. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like, so what I think is really cool is that our lead guy for the band, Polyphia, like his whole thing is tapping and harmonics and tap harmonics and artificial harmonics and hammering and all that stuff. And then they bring in Steve Vai, who's all about that whammy bar, getting those in between tones and like really giving us that wave that I think is a really cool contrast. And I also think that it's interesting that you thought that was cooler. You made a comment that you thought that was cooler, huh?
There was a little something that I could tell there was a difference of style that he was doing, and it was something that I gravitated more towards. That's essentially what I meant. Yeah. And yeah, I know I'm an aspiring drummer, but I am an aspiring guitar player. Because funny enough, before I got my E kit, I was debating if I wanted to get what was it, like a Dinky JS22 model electric guitar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was that or the E kit. I'm like, you know what? I'm starting drums, so I might as well just get the E kit and save the guitar for later. But yeah, it's very
Dude,
cool.
I can tell you this much, that and I'd be curious to see how many musicians agree with me on this one. I am so grateful that I learned the drums before I learned guitar, because it taught me rhythm, it taught me core, it taught me like the skeleton that you need in order to be good at those other instruments, because there are countless guitarists out there that have no concept of rhythm. They could be like that, but then you're like, lay down a solid riff, dude, real quick, let me hear it. And they have no sense of time, they have no sense of tempo. So if I was to tell you, like if you had told me like I'm deciding between learning drums and guitar first, I would have been like drums 100% drums. Like there's not even a fucking debate, dude.
I knew
the
in my
drums
imagination you would, so that's part of the reason why I did too.
Yeah, dude.
There's a voice in the back of my head.
Dude. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 in your head when you're playing. It teaches the rest of your body to be in time. So there are a lot of musicians that probably started with, I started with piano or like guitar or something like that, and then found drums or whatever. But I can guarantee you, dude, that the ones who started with drums first and then moved to other instruments are going to probably 9 times out of 10 be much stronger than the rest in the field. So I agree with your decision, dude. That was the smart move for sure.
Hell yeah.
And what it does, dude, is that if you do drums and then you do guitar and you do all this other stuff in addition to it, what it does is it turns you into a true musician instead of just a drummer or a guitarist. And when you're a true musician, you often find that you have the ability to fully write music, like write a whole song. And then you can put out whatever style that you see fit, and it really is your voice. It's a beautiful feeling to take what's in here and take what's in here and then express it how you want to express it. And then if people eat it up, people eat it up. But you got to express it in your vision, and that takes courage. And that is courage that this next artist is going to demonstrate in my third and final selection, which is a guy by the name of David Maxim Micic. And this song is the song I was telling you about at the beginning. If you love it like we do in my house, it's going to bring you back to the first place and the first time that you heard it. Now, I don't know much about this musician. I know that he is actually one of the satellites that circles the world of the musicians that we just witnessed. He's opened for that musician, Polyphia. He's opened for Pliny, who I mentioned earlier. This guy is kind of in the scope, and the reason I'm going to play this song is this. You don't have to have the shredding, and you don't have to have the crazy drumming like what we saw from Thomas Pridgen at the beginning of the video. You can just lay down a groove that's nice and beautiful and relaxing and do what you want with it And this is the hug and the kiss that I'm going to leave you and our listeners with. I've only heard the song. I've not seen the videos or video. Actually, I didn't even know there was a video. But turns out there is. So here it is. This is a lay down, put your headphones on, and just chill, dude. This brings me right back to our swimming pool in California.
Take it that's a MIDI.
I don't know. I've never seen anything like that.
Huh. Well, it's certainly acting like one. Like trying to dive into your brain right now with this song, and I'm like, okay, I can see it. Why it brings you, why you're connecting it to like your Calamesa house.
Yeah, just lounging in the pool.
Yeah.
See how it's just so big and airy.
Ooh. Oh, is that like a MIDI guitar?
I don't know, dude. It's my first time seeing it.
Because I just noticed he like wiggled his finger like a... I think that is. Because I'm noticing like what his fingers are doing. I'm like, oh, this is like a whammy bar.
You talking about that keyboard looking thing?
That keyboard looking thing, yeah.
It's actually pretty cool how they did this.
Yeah, the angles are interesting. Oh. Drums? Oh.
Is to demonstrate you don't have to shred to make a song, dude. This is just a groove.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still high energy.
Yeah.
Especially right here, but it's not like shredding. Because altogether, that's just a different style.
Yeah,
different
it's
genre,
just big.
and a completely different mood. Yeah. Man, it's like whenever I think it's over, there's still a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not that it's a bad thing, though.
There you go. 687
Very,
days.
very, very nice.
So yeah, dude. I think the guy is French. I'm pretty sure I remember that right. Listen, if anybody out there knows what the hell those pieces of equipment were, A, please tell me what they are, and B,
Please
I
tell
want
us.
them. I want that thing. I want those things. Being a musician and lately a producer, I don't know why I've never seen those things before, but I want.
Yeah, you would be a better hand at them than I am because I have my hands full with
Yeah,
drumming.
dude,
So I
focus on
would,
that. Yeah.
yeah. So I'll be focused on that. You're the producer. You're like the more of the experienced musician. Yeah, I'll leave that to you.
Well, that was cool. I didn't even know that video existed. I just knew the song, and it brings back a lot of memories of summer days, margaritas in the pool, kind of a thing. That song would come on. And you just lay back, look up at the blue desert sky, you know, the sentimental type of stuff, right? Dogs running around the pool, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Not much I miss about that place, but the second I heard that song, I was like, you know what? That's just a downright like beautiful song. It's not complicated.
Beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
not. It doesn't show off in any way. It's just a solid groove that like you can literally just, I don't know, take a rip if that's what you do, and lay back and just enjoy it. So if that's something that you want to do, that song was called 687 Days by David Maxim Micic, Micic. And it's not the only good rip he's got. He's got some other good rips that we like around here.
Ah, very
So-
nice. All right. Not a one hit wonder. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything he's done is what we would call a hit. He definitely has his style. I think he's one of those artists that either resonates with you or maybe doesn't. But I feel like the way he writes music is that if he hits the chord, no pun intended, with you personally, then you're like locked in with him, you know. And if he doesn't, then you're just kind of like, oh yeah, okay, that was a nice song, and then you move along. So I do think that his style is pretty niche. He certainly hit that chord with me. Well, us in this house. He's pretty good, and all of his stuff so far that we've seen is a lot like that, where it's a solid groove. It's just a musical expression of a mood, as opposed to like what we saw in the other two selections today, which is just like a demonstration of orchestral expertise and like artistic arrangement and things like that. This guy, he lays a groove, and like you won't fall asleep listening to him because you don't want to, but you could. You just don't want to.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to put it. So
Yeah, you know me. I'm a chill dude. I think I'll like
yeah,
this
dude,
stuff.
look into it. So to recap, we did Thomas Pridgen on Zildjian Live. There's a bunch of really good drummers if you're into that kind of thing, but don't watch too much because this isn't the last time we're going to bring a Zildjian Live video.
Yeah, it'd be
So
spoilers.
yeah, second group was Polyphoria, followed up by David Maxim Micic, which is a good way to hang out with your brother and fill up an hour. What did you think? Pretty good time this time?
Very good. Yeah. A little story. Just before I forget, I actually went to my local grocery store I think a week ago to get some lunch, and I went to Starbucks. I was like, I'm in the mood for a coffee, and the guy had like a long, very fluffy ponytail, a bunch of curls, and I could already tell like he was a super chill dude. He was just one of those guys that gave off a vibe very clearly. And then after I ordered my coffee, I was waiting, and then I turned my body in a way that my right hand showed my tattoo, and he was like, "Oh, fairy tale, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it's not every day that I get people that actually recognize this, and I'm like, so it's always like a surprise. Very happy that he recognized it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a bassist, dude. I got was it the bass clef?
Yeah, bass clef. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
The bass clef. Yeah, he got that tattooed on his I think it was his right hand as well. like right at the center, like how mine was. And he was like, yeah, props to like to the hand, how like you place that, because that's pretty hard. Um, yeah, and I didn't get the chance to like talk to him about music, but I was like, ah, cool, dude.
Yeah, you'll get another chance. It's kind of like
Yeah,
Mono Neon in the first
I'll probably
song.
get another chance.
I mean, he's got Mono Neon tattooed on his hand. I can't, dude, I
Yeah,
can't believe that
exactly.
was your first tattoo though. Like on your hand. You were like, fuck this, dude, I'm going for it. I was like, on your hand,
Yeah.
bro? Like, why don't you put one on your face too? Like, um, but hey, dude, you do what you do, and nobody's more you than you.
Do what I
So
do, man.
fuck it, dude. I respect it, dude. Like mad respect. When you were doing it, I was like, "Are you sure, dude? Is it really what you know?" You're like, "Yeah, that's what I want." I'm like, "Okay, shit."
I'm surprised that you were the one that did it, because I thought that you would be like, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, go for it, man. You're the one like, no, really, dude. I
No,
don't know.
you're right. I'm kind of nuts,
Yeah,
but I'm also a little old school.
yeah.
So uh, I don't think like people don't know I'm straight up covered, but like um the hand, like for your first one, I was like, dude, back in the day when I was getting tattoos, there was a bunch of tattoo parlors that would straight up tell you no. Like, no. Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Really?
If you wanted to get a tattoo, actually, a lot of tattoo parlors had sort of an unwritten rule that if you wanted a tattoo, it had to be somewhere that can be easily covered by a t-shirt if it's your first tattoo. If you've already got your tattoo and then you want to move out to places that can't be covered by a t-shirt, then they would be more willing. But only the like rankest joints would give you a visible tattoo like what you did on your first go. Because back then they would just be like, dude,
Huh.
are you sure, bro? Nah, I'm not going to do that. You're making a permanent decision at a young age. You're going to regret it later. And I don't want to be responsible for that, blah, 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 blah. And so I think that was like a instinctive bigger brother kind of a reaction. I was like, oh, are you sure? And he's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I guess so.
dude, that's what I want. I was like, okay, dude, respect, go for it. And now I'm just like, dude, it's a new day.
I had that surreal moment. I'm like, oh god, this is on my hand for like forever, until like I'm 70 years old. This is still gonna be
Yep.
on me, and it's like, but now that it's like physically on there, I had that surreal moment. But I'm like, no, I'm still happy with it though. It's not like I regret it.
Well, I want a hand tattoo, dude. I
Yeah.
want a tattoo that comes up all to up here on the front of my neck. But my wife, I don't think she'll let me do it. But I might be able to get her to agree to a hand tattoo because, dude, flex, that was awesome. So now I want one. But only if it's an extension of the sleeve. I want a whole sleeve, but if it comes down to my knuckles, then hell yeah.
Oh, sleeve.
That's kind of what I want to do. But I definitely, in my generation, that's kind of like a fuck you to the world, and that's how I've always kind of lived my life. So hey, why not, right? Metal, hell yeah, dude.
That's
Let's
how we
do some
do
metal
it.
next time. Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. I have one song that, because you brought up drums, I'm like, well, you know what? Might as well show this song next time. So yeah. I don't know what the vibe I'll get, like if I want to do like instrumental or like, I don't know, but at least that one song I do want to show you next time.
Okay,
So yeah.
so stay tuned. Let's solve the mystery together. We
Stay
have
tuned, guys, for episode
no
6.
idea what's next, and that's how we roll at Diet of the Soul. Take us out, man.
All right. Hey, if you listen this far, thank you so much for listening. If you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. And if there's any songs or anything, any questions that you might want to give us, please leave it in the comments below on YouTube or whatever platform you may be listening to this on. Yeah.
So
Curious on what your taste of music is.
another option, if you want to give us a suggestion, is slide into the DMs on Instagram at bigbrainmedia.co. That is the handle, or the username rather. That's bigbrainmedia, all one word, .co. And let us know what you want us to hear, dude. We're super down to finding new shit. That's what the Diet of the Soul is, music. So hell yeah, dude. Do your best to listen and don't just hear. Listen.
Yeah, don't forget to rock on, guys.
Big Brain.